If you'd like to hear the full episode or any of the scenario archives, be sure to subscribe and click the link in our bio. Also, like and follow the Scenario Radio Show on all of our social media platforms for more Real Talk with the Playlist. Peace.
All right, sugar-free. That right there was for our diabetic listeners. Make sure that we give y'all some music that don't have, all that sugar in it.
They ain't gonna put y'all in the hospital.
Right? Yeah, that's what we're here to do. We look out for all our listeners. Sugar-free by Juicy.
Now, I will say I got family members who are diabetics, and what they do is they check their sugar to see how much more they can eat and drink. So I don't know if that's really something that medical professionals will tell you to do, but they do it. They'll be like, "Oh, y'all can hand me another drink."
Yeah, it's not recommended. They see it as them saying, "Okay, well, I know how close to death can I eat myself?" Is what they really want to know. Yeah,
which actually takes probably a little more talent than just keeping your blood sugar low in the first place. Nothing to do. Let's get back.
All right, let's get back on course here. We do have with us our guest here in the second hour, the writer and the director of the new film More to Life, Joseph Ebanks. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Welcome. We're doing good, man.
Glad to have you.
Yes,
man. I'm appreciative of the opportunity. You guys sharing your platform with me.
Yeah. Okay. I had a chance to check out the film. First thing that comes to mind, there's a few different characters in it, but I have to know, was there an autobiographical aspect to it?
There is. The story is not my story, and as far as like the main character, but there's definitely Jamal is more so my character. What I did, I took about a 4 or 5 year span, and I tried to make it feel like about 4 months. So I just took a bunch of real characters, changed the names and the dates and stuff a little bit, because honestly, when I wrote it, I didn't talk to none of the people that were involved or none of the people that I'm portraying in the movie.
Yeah.
So I was kind of cautious. I didn't want nobody to be offended, like I'm putting their business out there, whatever the case may be. So I'd make sure I changed the names up and stuff. What's so crazy about that is man, these guys been going out their way to let everybody know, man, this is about me. It's about me. And I'm just like, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Well, that's a good thing. That means they like what you did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to lay claim to something that they don't like. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
All right. Now, I always have wondered this when people get into writing and directing film, because I think our first instinct when we see a movie and we see someone on the screen, most of us think, I want to be that guy. The guy that we see on the screen, acting and the glamour that comes along with that. What leads a person to decide, this is what I want to do? I want to direct. When did you know that was what you wanted to do?
Man, honestly, my journey is a little different than most traditional directors, I think, because it's I started off, I got into art in itself trying to rap. I was trying to make music and stuff. So I picked up a camera trying to shoot my own music videos, honestly.
Okay.
And I had done that for long enough, and it was man, I had made no money off of it, and I had a camera for about 3 months, and I had people calling me, asking me to shoot their videos, and it was maybe it's time to switch gears a little bit. And I was getting married, and I was just in a different space. I didn't care to necessarily be the show no more, but I still had a love for art, and switching to shooting the music videos versus trying to be in the videos, it was an easy transition because it was I was still doing something I love doing and being a part of the art or whatnot. It was kind of different. And then I hit a wall where it was you run into the $200, $300 clients so much. And it's nah, I'm trying to do this for real. So I went to school, and then going to school was where the music video thing kind of just evolved and grew into making short films, and went to school with illustrators and graphic designers and stuff. So it's you talking to them, and it's man, hey, what you working on? He's man, I'm working on these characters for a cartoon. It's dang, I write stories or whatever. So it's all of it's kind of just my story, honestly, is just about never being afraid to change. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just try to go with the flow. I don't fight it, because as long as it's still creating and it's still, I still get to be creative. I don't know. It's I still get to express myself.
Yeah. So what's been the hardest thing in the transition from creating videos to doing a full length feature? What was the hardest part of that transition?
Man, just thinking long form. You know what I'm saying? Because a music video, you telling the story still, but it's about 3 to 5 minutes, most videos or whatnot. So when you're talking about putting together something that's 90 minutes, you got so many pieces that matter to like. I learned it early. Matter of fact, the very first night of us filming, our first night of film was February 24th in 2017. And so it's like we went out, and the very first scene we shot, we were having issues and stuff, and we never even got it to go the way we wanted. And it's like, man, it's no big deal. But then I look back 2 years later when I'm working in post-production, and it's like, dang, I need that scene, like, you feel me? And it's like, that's a whole nother thing from a music video. Cause like I said, I'm so far invested at this point that it's like, I can't walk away. I got to figure this out, and I got to make it work. And so honestly, that's where it's like, I learned in this process too, like editing is super important too. Cause anybody who says like they make film, they tell you like, you make the film 3 times. You write it, then you shoot it, and then when you edit it, it's 3 total different films totally. Cause when you write it, you have these visions in your mind. And then whether it's budget or just the actors being different from what you envision or whatever the case may be, it still comes out a little different. And then you take it from there, and then it's like in the edit, it's like, dang, it still don't feel like what I had in my mind, but you got to make it work. And I don't know, it's been a process that, man, I loved it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm appreciative for my journey. I think that it's made me better, and like, going back into like my next film or whatever I do next is like, I feel so much more prepared because I kind of had to do so much at a ground level right now. It's like, I feel better. What's the word? I'm better experienced to lead others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to know, everybody has a video, but not everybody has been able to get their video or their movie, excuse me. Everybody has videos, but not everybody has been able to get their movie on Amazon's platform or even in the movie theaters. Tell me about the process of being able to pitch your movie to these big vendors and them saying, yeah, come on board, because I know our listeners would want to know what it takes to get to that level of a platform.
Man, all honesty, thank you for asking that, because honestly, it's so crazy. I like to consider myself like stronger in the technical aspect of this. So it's like, when it comes to creating the art, I feel super confident in that. Like, I'm good at writing, I can do all these things as far as the storytelling and stuff. The marketing and stuff was totally new for me. And honestly, for me, I really didn't have a game plan. I honestly didn't. It's crazy to say that, but it's like, I knew I couldn't sell what I didn't have. So I just kind of stayed head down on the process. Like, hey, once I get the film finished, I'll kind of hopefully I'll start bumping into the right people who can kind of give me more advice and that type of thing. Which some of that did happen, and some of it was honestly just trial and error. So I was just thinking, honestly, I was gonna go old school. Like, man, I'm just gonna make some DVDs and go to the trunk and you know what I'm saying, we'll sell them out. But it's like, you start thinking, like, I would put little feelers out on Facebook and stuff, like, man, I start thinking, it's like, man, who even have a DVD player in their house anymore? And it's just like, man, so I'm not going to invest a lot of money in that because I ain't going to get my money back. So then I just started thinking of ways I could make an impact, because it's an independent film. And I knew, like, I knew streaming was the ultimate goal, but I knew if I didn't create no kind of buzz, it would just sit on one of these platforms and nobody would ever know it's there. So it's like, I wanted to take advantage of the screenings. So the crazy thing about that, here in Nashville, we have a theater, and I don't really want to badmouth nobody, man. So I'm not gonna say their name, but it's an independent theater here, and I reached out to them trying to show my film, and it's like, they really gave me the runaround. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to like give me a Wednesday day in the middle of the week, and it was like, man, like, I worked 3 years on this process, man. Like, I need a weekend. I need to make an event out of this. I need people talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't. I offered to pay more money. I done everything I could. I wrote emails trying to be professional, all this stuff. And so after feeling like I was hitting the wall there, like, my grandmama always say, man, whoever this person is, they got a boss. And it's funny because she the type of person, it's like, if the police messing with her family or whatever, it's like, she'll call the sheriff. And if the sheriff don't give her the right answer, she'll call the mayor. You feel me? So it's like, so I was like, all right, bet. So I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, man, I want to show this thing at like 100 Oaks was my idea at first. So it was like, how do I even go about that? I was going into the theater and trying to make a relationship with the people there. And they was just like, everybody was giving me the corporate email address. So here, man, here's corporate, here's whatever. And I was like, you know what? Man, let me call corporate and see. At the worst, they're going to say no, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I just started calling and I reached out. And it was so crazy to me. Like, they were super willing to work with me. They were super willing. Like, they were excited about the opportunity because it's like they don't get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I was really shocked about it. Regal was amazing. They were super willing to open their doors and help me through the process. And the crazy thing, like I said, the experience was amazing, man. We had over 400 people come out to the premiere night. We in my best efforts, I had everybody kind of dress up. I wanted it to feel like our own little Hollywood experience, you know what I'm saying?
Red carpet.
Yeah, you feel me? So we came out, everybody dressed up, was looking nice, man. It was all these people, it was so crazy too. Like, timing is so perfect because it's like February 28th is my grandmother's birthday, passed, rest in peace. But it's like that weekend there was no new movies coming out. So it's like the movie theaters was dead. And then here come my crowd. So like everybody who was there to see us. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so dope, dog, for real. And then it's like they standing around because it's us. You know what I'm saying? So the police come all in there and everything. But it's like, man, we at the concert, we chilling, everybody giving hugs and smiles, and it was all love. That's man. Beautiful. It really was. But I know I'm a rambler, KB. I'm so sorry, man. But it's like, man, in this, I hope I'm answering. I hope I'm answering what you were asking. But it's like, so I went to the screening. We did the screening things, and then it's like, the crazy thing about that is we did it February 28th. Like I said, the following weekend here we had the tornado. So it's like I felt kind of bad about promoting my wins or my success or whatever, while people kind of get their lives back together.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of just said, all right, we're gonna chill for like a week or two on that. And then it's like the following week we got shut down for COVID, and we've been still. So it's like, man, it's like I literally watched the industry change on me. All of these theaters are bankrupt now, and like things are just changing. So it's like, man, what am I gonna do with this film? I have to put it on a platform. So I just started researching what was gonna be the best fit for me. And Amazon, like, for an independent artist trying to get their work out there to be seen in a professional light, it made the most sense for me right now. It made the most sense for me.
One of the things that's interesting about your story is I'm hearing you tell it, that I think people miss a lot of times, because one of the things that holds a lot of us back when we want to do something is I don't know how to do all of it. So we say, well, if I don't know how to do all of it, I'm not going to do any of it. And it's like, for you, it was like, I'm going to do this. This is what I know how to do. And I will figure out how to do what to do next when next comes. And each time next would come, and you were like, well, okay, I got to devote myself to figuring this out. And you did that. And it was like, and it's been working. It seems like it's been working pretty well for you so far. And that's saying a lot, especially considering that we're in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah,
man, I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. But that's true. It's literally like, not to get too spiritual or whatever, but it's like, I always believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do my best. My grandmama, again, used to always say, man, you do your best, angels in heaven can't do no better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just put my best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what's been working for me is I give it my best. And it's like, when I don't have the answers, God figure it out for me, like straight up. I ain't saying this as no Bible thumper person or nothing like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is real for me. So it's like, I honestly, man, I always try to do what I say I'm gonna do. Like, I know a lot of people that talk, and so it's like, even when I dream and my dreams may seem big to other people, it's like I have a clear vision for it, and I also think long term. I never think overnight success. So it's like, even when I was making this film, I went much longer than I had initially thought it would go. But it's like, I still knew, like, I have to get to this step. then we'll get to this step, then we'll get to this step. So it's like, I don't know. And then I just had an attitude that I can never want to be the person that don't follow through on what I say. So, and then we can put it out there so publicly too. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like,
it's gonna hold you accountable.
Everybody.
It's gonna hold you accountable.
Listen, it was, and that was a learning experience too, because it's like the social media thing is like, in my mind, I'm like, man, we can promote this. Everybody's gonna come along in the journey with us. They'll see us putting this whole film together. They'll love it when it's done or whatnot. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. Like, this is a microwave society. You hear me? Like,
yes,
when you start promoting that thing, these folk on a date. They want to know when is
tomorrow.
When does this thing come out? Where can I see it? You know what I'm saying? What outfit do I need to have on? And so I can take my picture. And it's like, I'm like, damn, man. Like, it was so crazy because I just got to the point. I told the whole cast, I was like, man, don't even bring your cameras to the set no more. Don't post no more pictures. Let's let them forget all about it. So next time we bring it up, we'll have a date. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, we done that so early, and people are just like, when's it coming? When's it coming? Y'all ain't what y'all doing? It's like, man, damn, like they got $10 million to make a Tupac movie. And it took 7 years to do that. Here I am, little Joe from out east. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what? A lot of times, those are the people who aren't creative, so they don't understand the process behind. They just think you got to come out. It's like, okay, well, you said it, like you said, microwave. All right, so it's coming out next week, next month, like. Yeah. And then if you did rush it, you can rest assured the same people will be dogging you out. Like, man, these fools are through this together.
Ain't even that good.
This ain't nothing, bro.
No, you got to.
You hear me? And listen, that's so cold that you said that, because I promise I said that verbatim to my cast like so many times. Like,
that's the truth.
I was like, bro, look, man, honestly, like, I didn't even know of any other films coming out in Nashville. So I was like, man, like, we don't have anybody else even coming up on us like that. Yeah. And I was like, and even if they are, so what? Like you saying, it's like, man, you get one chance to impress people for the first time. But it's first impression, you know? And it's like, let's make our best impression our first impression. So let's make sure this thing is right. And and again, it's like I'm honest with myself. So it's like, I love More to Life. I am a fan of that film. I think it's something that I watch 10, 15 years from now, and I'll be very proud of it. And that was my goal. And like I told all of my cast members, like, man, this ain't gonna make y'all rich. That's not what I can do. I don't have that type of power right now. But what I can do is, everybody who wants to take this serious and wants to continue acting, I'm gonna do everything in my power to help you get to the next step in your career. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we all have that. We all have something that we can be proud of. And you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's an independent film, and I know it's a movie about some street guys. So a lot of times people will see it and they'll just expect to shoot them up, bang. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 people getting killed and nobody going to jail. And it's like, this ain't that. This ain't that. It's a story. It's a story about some street guys, but it's more about their relationships and some of the demons. You know what I'm saying? He got. It's like, and just for me, I just wanted it to be real and relatable, man. Like, I think it's enough movies that try to, what's the word, man? They try to
glamorize.
Boom, my man. They glamorize the street life, and they try to make it like this is what you need to be doing. And it's like, the truth is, like, I was out there, and I don't even speak on it like as no badge of honor, because it's like, it ain't nothing to be proud of. When I left the streets, I had nothing. I left the streets with my freedom, and I took the last little bit of my money. I bought 2 cameras and a laptop, and it's like. I was cool on that, because I knew my homeboys that I was around that had just got locked up. And it's like, for me to not be in a situation, that was only God. It's like, straight up, you hear me? And it was like, man, I don't want nobody telling my story, talking, man, Joe a real nigga and what up, my bad, man. But it's like, I don't want nobody saying Joe a real dude or whatever. So it's like, let me tell my own story. I'd rather control my own narrative, you know what I'm saying? And More to Life is about a guy who I feel like most people know. Most people, at least, even if you weren't in the streets, you know a person that's like this guy. And I felt like that was my angle with it. That was my angle.
So you mentioned your grandmother a lot, and it sounds like she was a big influence in your life. Who else do you look up to? Who else kind of served as your guidance or your mentors along this process?
Wow, That's a good question, man. And that's so funny. It's I never have a good answer for that one. Because it's a lot of different people in different moments, right? Because like I was a sports kid. I played sports growing up. So my basketball and my baseball coach were very influential in me just a lot of the basic principles that I have, learning how to work with people, being okay to take a loss, working hard and still not getting that win. Like understanding sometimes you can put your all in it and still not get it, even though you feel like you deserve it. I think that's a big lesson a lot of today kids don't even understand. With the everybody get a trophy mentality or whatever.
In watching the movie, how did you go through with the casting process? Because of course, like you said, you were getting with everybody and letting them know y'all not gonna get rich off of this. A lot of people may have been their first time doing this. So did you have to go through like a casting process, or did you have people in mind? Because in watching it, everybody felt like they were supposed to be who they were, if that makes sense. Like it felt real. The rawness of it made it feel real enough to know like you handpicked these people. So did it go that way, or how did you go about it?
Man, thank you again for saying that, bro. That means a lot to me. No, it's like the crazy part. It's like what's all that? Oh my gosh, man, unprofessional. My bad. The crazy thing about it, man, is what I went into it kind of understanding. I understood a couple of things. I knew I was gonna have auditions for one, because I didn't want the homeboy mentality thing kicking in. Anybody just calling me, hey Joe, I see you making a movie, bro. Give me a role, man. Give me like no. Because again, in my mind, I scheduled about a 6 to 9 month process for this. So I'm like, man, if you can't set aside one Saturday morning to show up for auditions, I know I can't depend on you for 6 months of filming. So that was honestly the first test for me. It was just like it was a discipline thing, honestly, more than anything. But the cold part about it, Tay, the guy who ended up being my lead actor, I did have him in mind, and like I did not know this guy at all. Like timing is so crazy, man. Like I posted the I'm trying to remember when I posted. I can't remember exactly when I posted my casting call list. But Tay had like sent me a friend request maybe like a week or 2 weeks before I posted the casting call thing. And it's like I didn't know he was interested in acting, none of that. But when I posted the thing, he just kept liking it, kept sharing it, kept liking it. And I showed my wife his picture. I remember. Cause he was just like you said, he was raw, and he just felt like somebody from out east to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in his picture, I remember he had a big blue coat on. He had the LA hat. He had his grill in. It was like, and I was like, man, this dude keeps sharing this post like he want to act or something. Like, I hope he show up. I just hope he show up, and I hope he can act. Like, cause his look is what I want. Like, I knew that for a fact. But and like he showed up and killed it. Like, and like I did not give him anything. And a lot of people get it twisted because we are tight. Like, that's my brother now. But I did not know Tay before this at all.
Wow.
But it's the bond that you make when you trust somebody with your dreams, man. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people that all the time, because it's like, this was serious for me. Like I think I threatened everybody, honestly, at audition. The more I think back about it, I threatened them. It wasn't right, honestly. But I did though, and I was serious.
We know that feeling oh too well.
Man, listen, you hear me? I was just like, I just told her, I was like, look, man, I appreciate everybody who came out today. But this process is going to take 6 to 9 months. If I cast you, I need your commitment. If you cannot be down and see this thing all the way through, I need you to walk out now. Because if we get into this process and you decide 3 weeks in you don't want to be a part, I'm gonna have a personal problem with you. Like straight up. And like for real. And I meant it from my heart, because again, it's like I'm not playing about this. Like, I have a great time on set. Anybody who knows me and anybody who's been on set, they'll tell you that. Like, I take pride in the fact that people tell me I'm easygoing. Because I try to keep the project first. It's never, I don't get frustrated and try to call people out because
Yeah.
I'm working with professionals. I expect you to show up prepared to work, just like you expect me to show up prepared to work. So I don't call people out and what y'all doing and what I done heard them stories, and it's like I ain't no need for that because again I know how I'm gonna react to that. So I'm gonna give y'all the same respect that I'm gonna want back from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but so it's like, but the bond that me and Tay have, it's literally it was built over us working together and believing each other this whole time. Yeah, but man, like because I'm so sorry. Again, I told you I ramble, bro. Sometimes you just pull me on back, bro.
We appreciate you.
But it's the passion.
Story.
It's the passion of it. You know,
Definitely.
if you came up here with one word answers, it'd be like, does this dude really want to do this?
Right?
You know
Why is he here?
Yeah,
this is awesome.
So before we get ready to wrap things up, though, we do want to find out what projects do you got coming down the pipeline? Now that you've gotten this one behind you, and you've gotten those experiences. Obviously, they're going to lead somewhere else too. What's next on the agenda for you?
Man, next on the agenda, I'm already currently working on a project right now called Gone Viral. I'm just directing this, and this is a totally different experience for me, and I'm really enjoying it. It's written and produced by my homeboy Michael Brooks. The show is totally produced in Nashville and Clarksville. I think it's something that's totally relevant right now. It's Gone Viral is about a girl who just goes through this overnight success type of thing, dealing with the social media world that we have today, and it's just about her adjusting to that world. And I think, again, like I said, I just feel like it's super relevant because how many models get famous from taking a famous photo shoot and it being in a magazine anymore? It's like people become popular because they have plenty of followers or whatever the case may be. And so it's like, it's not even about you being 5'7" or the old school requirements that you had to have or whatnot to be a model. It's not about, man, do you have a following and can I use you to sell my product? So
yeah,
I think it's very intelligent of him to have a show that's kind of spotlighting that right now. And it's the acting in it. Again, I'm super impressed with everybody I've worked with so far. Everybody's hardworking, showing up, no egos. So that's something I'm really looking forward for people to checking out. That should be dropping. The pilot should be dropping. I don't have an exact date, but we will have a date soon. So anybody who's interested, just go follow the Gone Viral page on Instagram at Gone Viral, the show.
All right. So how can people keep up with you as well on social media?
Man, you can keep up with me on Instagram at Director Joseph Ebanks, all one word, no space, no underscore anything. Also, while you're there, please follow the More to Life, the movie page. That is at More to Life _the movie. Also, you can just go to my website at digifilm, digifilmm.com. You can find there. You can stay in tune with upcoming projects I have going on. There's also merch for sale. We have the t-shirts like I have on now. There's hoodies, the More to Life hoodies. We got posters, wristbands. Yeah, man. That's it.
All right. Joseph Ebanks, director, writer of the new film that you can find on Amazon Prime Video, More to Life. Y'all make sure to check it out. Look forward to talking to you again, man, and seeing what you're going to be doing in the future. Hopefully we'll get to have you and some of the other guys on when you have this next project coming up, man.
Man, absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys straight up. Again, because it's like I just take pride in the fact that you guys even reached out to me. Because I like I was saying, I don't know what I'm doing a lot of time with this, man. I'll be honest with it, man. I don't have no shame in saying that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
But it's I'm figuring it out though, like straight up. It's like y'all gonna be seeing these posters popping up around the city. I'm going old school. We're gonna hang some posters to the telephone pole. Man, I'm trying every way I can. So again, you guys sharing your platform with me, man, I appreciate it straight up.
Hey, thank you for taking the time with us, bro.
Proud of you. So proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you,
right,
man.
we're gonna keep the music going right here with some old school, new edition, Candy Girl, as we keep our candy-oriented playlist popping off. When we come back, we'll be trying to wrap things up with the scenario. Y'all stay tuned.
Much love.
This is the Scenario Radio Show. Real talk with a playlist.